happens. It's okay, buddy. It'll happen to everybody. The start of this video might have sounded like an erectile dysfunction commercial, but actually what we're talking about is plateauing. What the hell's a plateau? Well, a plateau is not to be confused with a tableau. A plateau is when you hit a wall in your training, you can't lift more weight, you're not gaining more muscle, and overall, even though you're working out, you're not seeing more progress. The top 5 things I'd immediately recommend if someone messaged me and said they've been training for a while and they've reached a plateau. These are the 5 things you can do immediately in order to break through your plateau. 1, change it up. Are you doing the same thing? Have you been doing the same thing for a really long time? I'm talking at least a couple months or a year or longer. If clearly what you're doing is not working for you, you have to change it up. If you're working out 3 times a week, consider doing 4 times a week. If you're doing an upper-lower split, consider doing a body part split. If your reps are too high, consider always, as I always recommend, lowering the reps more. If you're using a weight you can't dominate, lower the weight so you can dominate it. In other words, look at your whole training and analyze what's wrong with it and change it up. 2, ensure adequate recovery. Your work capacity should match your training capacity and should match your training. What I mean by that, I find that people work out too much in one single training session. They don't train frequently enough, so they'll only train about 3 times, maybe 4 times a week, and you'll do too much volume in those 3 to 4 sessions rather than spreading it out. If the muscle's too fatigued and can't recover, the next time you hit it or target it again, it will still not be recovered and you won't give a great performance and you'll keep basically regressing because you're never recovering fully. So make sure that when you work out, a great rule of thumb, when a workout starts sucking, that's immediately when you should cut it off, period. 3, track your progress. Honestly, guys, you got to do. You have to have the workout log so you can honestly see, have you been improving? If you have and you haven't been thinking about it, then just keep doing what you do. But if you're looking at the numbers and they're either the same or they're going down, clearly you have to change things up. And the number one thing I'd recommend is whatever your sticking point is, whatever your weak part is, start your workouts always with that. So if you suck at the bench press, start the bench press. You might be doing a full body day and you're like, oh, shouldn't I start with deadlifts, which are harder? No, if your bench press is by far your worst aspect and you really want to improve it, start with the first. Is when you have the most amount of energy. Start with the movements that you want to improve or where you're stuck at first. 4, dial in your nutrition and dial in that lifestyle. Look, partying like the Jersey Shore and eating ramen noodles is going to make your body look like shit real fast, period. So make sure that you're recovering enough and make sure that you're eating well. Broccoli, bitch! 5, a deload week. A deload week is when you're simply not feeling it in the gym, things are just feeling heavy, your workouts are stalling, like we're saying, you reach a plateau. Basically what you do, you reduce the total volumes of your session, so knock it back down by 1. So if you normally train 4 times a week, do 3 times a week, and instead of lifting 100% of the weights that you lift about 60 to 75% of those weights, and just focus on speed instead. You're neurally activating your body instead. You're priming it for the next week, and it's allowing your body to recover, it's allowing you still to exercise to get those motor patterns, but it's not going to be draining you. So the next week, you should be back on top of the world. Like I said before, it's okay, buddy. It happens to everybody. But not anymore, because you're going to be crushing personal records left, right, and center. And I want to see you bust through the plateaus, and I want to see your Tableau. Do it! Make sure to leave a comment and below, share, rate, like, and if you're not a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Welcome to the Buff Nation. There's a whole bunch of buffness. Even he's got his buffness going on. You know what I'm saying? He knows what you're saying.